Okay, if you've been watching anything on the news, you probably know that the World Cup kicks off this Sunday, and there's already been a ton of attention focused on the controversy surrounding Qatar and their history of human rights abuses. Now, homosexuality also there, illegal, for instance. Now, it's Nicki Minaj, of all people, taking a lot of heat because she'll be appearing in the World Cup 2022 theme song. So, Ed, you're a musician, and this is not the first time we've heard about musicians and maybe performing places for controversial people. Is it fair that she's getting a ton of heat for participating?
Well, I think it's fair, but I think, you know, when we say people are outraged on social media, that's not difficult to find, right? And I think the problem is we tell artists to shut up and sing, and then we tell artists to stand for what we believe in. And, you know, I have a difficult time with that because I get attacked from time to time from keyboard warriors, and I want to say, when did you turn down a $500,000 gig for something you believe in? Because I've done that.
You have?
I've done that.
Okay.
And when you do it, nothing happens. Nobody goes, wow, those bare naked ladies are really great for standing up for what they believe in. They just move on to the next outrage.
Yes.
You know, so she's in a can't win position.
But I mean, it's interesting that you said that because you're right. It's not like you issue a press release to say, I just turned down $500,000 of dirty money. However, in this case specifically, Dua Lipa, she's come out and said, I am not performing because people thought she was doing the opening act.
Yeah.
So like,
I personally, I wouldn't do it.
You know, all these people.
I wouldn't do it, but the problem is that the World Cup is in Qatar.
Yeah.
That's not Nicki Minaj's fault.
That is very true. I mean,
Right?
This is it.
Absolutely. Well, I think what comes to mind with this story is not all money is good money. And I understand, like, I can't even imagine turning down that kind of money, but I think you have to think about your fans, because the reason why she is so successful is because of those fans. And a large part of her fan base, called the Barbs, hey Barbs, how y'all doing, is part of the LGBTQ plus community. And she needs to pay attention to that. And I think it is important for an artist to pay attention to the geopolitical climate in the country or the event that they're gonna participate in, because it can directly affect the fans. And maybe I'm sitting back and I'm a huge fan, and now I see you make this choice, and now I'm so conflicted. I want to support you, but I'm like, how could you not know that this is such a horrible event to be a part of?
Would it make a difference if we found out that she maybe has plans, like some of the money that she's making from this song, she's actually diverting back to the LGBTQ plus community?
It's a way that as a PR...
I'm not saying she's doing that, but maybe that's what her plan is.
As a PR stunt, I think that's probably what most artists will do afterwards, where it's like, you know what, I'm gonna donate this money because I'm doing this because I already signed the contract, I have to do it, but then I'll donate the money. But I think what's more important, I watched this fantastic docuseries called FIFA Uncovered. I highly suggest everybody watch it. It really details all of the stuff that has gone down in FIFA. And they taught me a really interesting term, sports washing. And that is something where a government in a country, it happened in Argentina in 1978, also happened in Germany in 1936 with the Olympics, where you have a horrible political regime that's doing horrible things. And then you know what they do? They just throw a big sports event and get everybody to stop thinking about it and stop talking about it, all the people they've killed and the people who are wrongly incarcerated, and everybody comes and they cheer and they get all these big names and have people come, and then everybody forgets about what's really going on in that country. And I think that's what we're seeing in Qatar right now. And I think that's why everybody's so outraged with Nicki.
So let's say in that case, I totally agree. What if in that case, like, let's say, I don't know if we can remember Sochi Olympics, remember, you know, Russia? There was something similar happening there as well. The question I have is, and maybe Ed, you can answer this, does everybody just have a price? And I say that because maybe everyone just has a price, and who are we to judge and say, $10 million is not gonna change your life? Now, I might argue, does Nicki Minaj need this kind of money? But if you take a look at something like the LIV golf tournament, you guys have been hearing how LIV is a Saudi-backed PGA rival tour for golfers. And golfers like Tiger Woods is like, no, I'm good. I'm gonna stay over here with the PGA. But you have someone like a Dustin Johnson, AKA Wayne Gretzky's son-in-law, who's like, I'll head over, because the money is just flying. And can you judge him? I don't know. And there's been big artists Janet Jackson, Mariah, Future, 50 Cent, a ton of artists have gone to Saudi Arabia, for example.
Nicki Minaj also
Big concerts.
didn't go. She actually was set to perform at a big, huge event in Saudi Arabia, and she actually turned it down. So to your point, did anyone really talk about this at
No
the
one
time?
talked about it.
No.
And maybe we should
Yeah.
do a better job of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think everyone has a price, and I will just say mine is getting lower and lower. It's very attainable right now. I'm available and attainable.
Hey there, wasn't that great? Do you know where you can find some equally good content? Our YouTube page. It's filled with discussions, debates, and some laughs. Head there now, like and subscribe.